The XP system, late game, makes no sense. Let me explain. So I have mined about 3 million blocks in my Minecraft world, right? Let's put that into context. If I had an Unbreaking 3 netherite pickaxe and there wasn't mending, right? If I had no XP farm or anything like that, I would require 369 pickaxes to get all these materials. And you might be saying to yourself, why didn't this guy just go get an XP farm? That's my exact point. What is the point of XP anymore? Once you get to a certain point, what is the point? Because it'll be far more convenient just to go get a game-breaking XP farm and basically delete the XP system instead of continuously going to get new pickaxes. So past a certain point, I don't understand why there even is an XP system. Because who in their right mind, if you're going to be playing a world more than a 2-week time period, who in their right mind would go get a new pickaxe every time you need to go mine? It makes no sense. So these game-breaking, basically deleting XP, they're so cheap. Like the gold farm, that is such a cheap XP farm, and it's not even that hard to build. You could basically speedrun this. You could probably do it before you even beat the dragon, because it only requires obsidian. Yes, it is tiresome to get obsidian, but then the rest of it's just redstone, basic redstone, a dispenser, some quartz in there. But like, for the basis of what it does is it removes an entire part of the game, and XP basically becomes kind of a nuisance, because you could save so much time just by adding maybe like an enchantment. So maybe if people want to get their infinite pickaxes and do it that way, you could have like an enchantment system where you, instead of mending, you have just an enchantment that basically deletes durability, because after a certain point it just becomes a nuisance. You have to go to a gold farm. You're not going to go get a new pickaxe. You're just going to go to your gold farm. Or even the XP system is so broken that you require certain farms, like the sea lanterns, to go get sea lanterns, but then that gives you so much XP. So that's another way the XP system's so broken, because when you're building resource farms, like maybe an emerald farm, that gives you a shit ton of XP. The sea lantern farm gives you a shit ton of XP. So XP, past a certain point, when you get into the field of farms, because I do think modern day Minecraft do require it, XP just doesn't exist. Realistically, it just becomes a pointless task to go get XP. But I don't even understand why it's like that, because people are obviously going to go out their way and find things like the gold farm. Obviously, that is just abusing a feature where piglins spawn for a portal. So you have to go to a certain point where you have to abuse the game's features or the bugs to go delete an XP system. And you might be saying, well, like, why are people abusing it? Because the game is practically unplayable if you don't abuse it. You're just going to be endlessly going to get new materials for pickaxes. It would just be an endless cycle of pickaxes. Because obviously this is a sandbox game, you do building, and when you build to the scales of like my buildings that require like 30,000 blocks, 60,000 blocks, 70,000 blocks, 80,000 blocks, it would just be unfeasible. Like, it would make no sense if I just went and got new pickaxes every single time. So I have to abuse certain game features, like the way the piglins spawn, to go just delete the XP system. And it's just like such a needless task when you could just add an enchantment that just basically deletes it. Because I'm just going to abuse it anyway. You may as well just totally remove the system out of the game. Like, I can't even imagine people, maybe like people that play the worlds for like a week or whatever the hell, but like make it so only netherite just deletes the durability system, and then you wouldn't have a problem, because people that would go progress, I don't know, like a week in and then stop playing, they wouldn't have such a problem. When you go months or years or even 10 years into worlds, you're going to abuse the system at certain points, because it's just unfeasible to get all these resources over and over again, especially when you're in a multiplayer world and like the resources are especially hard to get anyway. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, why is there a durability system in the game at this current moment? Maybe make a new tier of armor again, I don't know, because it doesn't make any logical sense. 8,000 blocks are literally nothing. Like, you could probably build half a skyscraper with like 8,000 blocks, and like they do encourage you to build things like that. They build You look in their worlds, they built massive structures, and I guarantee you they probably abuse the same things I'm abusing in my world. They probably have their gold farms, and they probably have their sea lantern farms. So they're abusing a system they have the ability to change. It makes no sense. Maybe there's a 1% population of this game that just totally disagrees with me, but like logically it just doesn't make any sense. Getting a new pickaxe, especially like and how painful it is to get netherite, every 8,000 blocks, it just doesn't make any sense. But maybe you have a different opinion. Comment it down in the comment section. But anyway, leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and goodbye.